have the power! Welcome to Tease Multiverse. I'm your host, Tyrus, and man, I got some good news for y'all today. So now we have two new HeMan figures that are inspired by that 1987 film, folks. And that truly speaks to my heart. That film, despite all the things that it didn't have, I appreciate it for what it did give me. It's still near and dear to my heart. It's turned into, I feel, over the years, and it's that 1987 HeMan film. It's turned into a pop culture phenomenon. It's one of those films that, I feel it represents, the greatness of the 80s, and again, it was a HeMan film that a lot of people were a little, when it came out, it was a little disappointing because, you didn't have Battle Cat, you didn't have, the Panther that Skeletor has, no Merman, no Triclops, they didn't have the budget or the means to pull off those effects, that you wanted from the animated series. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that 87 film could not give us as fans, but for me, it gave us enough to appreciate it, and as the years have gone on, you grow to appreciate that film that much more. And I love that film, folks. I mean, Skeletor looks fantastic in that film. I mean, I don't know how you could make him look any better, and there are some things that you wish you could have that film done over again with today's technology to see exactly how they would have He-Man and the things they have him doing. I mean, you can have Battle Cat in there now. You can have Oracle. You could have all these things that you couldn't do in that film, man. But again, man, that film, it was a fun film. And the villains that they created for that film were pretty awesome. We still got Beastman, but we got I cannot remember that guy's name. I think he was a Blade or whatever. He was awesome. There was another guy that was pretty cool. They had some pretty cool villains. We had Evil-Lyn. They gave us what they could, man. So I appreciate that film for what it is and what it brought us and what it still brings me as a fan to this day. And that's why I am so excited, folks, for the reveal of these Masterverse figures that are inspired by that 87 film. Now we're going to look at He-Man first. So y'all know He-Man. Y'all don't know this by now, man. I don't know what to tell you. He-Man's my guy, folks. I mean, that is my first superhero that I fell into as a kid. So He-Man is the thing for me, man. So this figure looks cool, man. I've heard other people speak on the face sculpt and everything and say it's off and everything. And at this point in the game, man, I'm just happy that I'm getting a movie-inspired He-Man figure. Because I know when I first started collecting, which really wasn't that long ago, folks. I've been collecting for maybe like 2 years. So when I started collecting, there was, I think, the Super 7 inspired, He-Man inspired film figures, and those things cost. And they, it's supposed to look like Dolph Lundgren. It's kind of sort of did, but it didn't. So I'm not really holding, this line to this type of it needs to look like Dolph Lundgren. It'd be great if it did. And who knows, when we get this figure in hand, he may look more like Dolph Lundgren. This is not the final version, I feel, of this figure. Again, also, he has his head turned. So it's kind of hard to gauge, how this figure looks and what's wrong with it in terms of his face sculpting and everything. Again, this Masterverse line is hands down one of the best lines in, the toy world. It's right there with McFarlane Toys. I mean, it's just like you can go 1A, 1B, whichever one you want, man. It's like right there for me. But I'm really happy about this He-Man figure, man. And he has a working laser blast holster, working knife sheath. He has the sword. He has the armor, the battle harness. It definitely resembles what we saw in the movie. Everything is there. We have soft goods, cape, folks. I mean, I love soft good items. That's there. In the face sculpt, we'll see, folks. I mean, what I've learned in doing this channel and in looking at figures, I've learned to wait. If a figure does not look that good in promo images, give it a chance, because you just never know. Because when you see it in person, when you get that figure in hand, it could be a completely different story, or it could be the same. It could be like, oh man, this figure doesn't look that good, But I've learned my lesson on that and saying, okay, wait, just wait and see how everything plays out before you kind of give up on the face sculpting. And even if it doesn't look like Dolph Lundgren, folks, you gotta admit, this figure looks pretty awesome. So I'm excited about this He-Man figure. I'm looking forward to getting this guy. And up next, y'all, now this one here, I will say this one here right now is the better out of the two, because I feel like they really they really nailed this Skeletor figure. I mean, they went all the way with this Skeletor figure. This looks like you had just pulled him right out of that 87 film. For right now, this is the crown jewel of this set here. I mean, the detail, the design, the color scheme, it all I need is the theme music from the movie, and you got it. You got Skeletor, in his full glory, man. I mean, the face sculpt, it looks just like the film. I couldn't be more happy with this Skeletor figure. It goes back to what I was saying. It's like the photos for this figure came out great. It looks like Skeletor from the film. You can see it, and for the He-Man figure, might not have been that the case, the way they have his face angle, the way everything looks. Maybe it's not the final, version, who knows, for either figure. But I feel like right now, this Skeletor is definitely the crown jewel of this set here, man. And whew, man, the detail on this figure, man, is just already, just off promo images, folks, it's off the chart. So both figures are just, they open up the possibility of what else could we get from this 87 He-Man movie. Could we get a Gwildor? Could we get the Beastman or the other villains that he had, the Evil-Lyn? I don't know. I know there's issues with rights, maybe with certain characters and actors. So, who knows? But it does raise the question of, could we get more figures from that 87 movie? And that's exciting. But if we just get these two, I'm happy. But I know Super 7 was able to get the powered up Skeletor that was in all gold, and they were also able to get one of Skeletor's henchmen. I can't think of his name. I'll throw his picture up on the screen and his name as well. But I think they were able to get him as well in their line. So who knows, folks? The sky's the limit, man. We're in the midst of some really exciting times, folks, from various properties across the board. McFarlane Toys, Masterverse, Mattel, NECA Toys. I mean, it's just really exciting for fans to dive into so many things that's out there. So I'm really excited for this He-Man reveal, folks. I'm waiting on my 40th anniversary set, folks. I pre-ordered it during that whole Comic-Con thing. Definitely stay tuned for my look back at Comic-Con 2022. That is coming, folks. So be sure to watch it, tune in. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell them all about it. Check it out. That is coming, folks. But I'm looking forward to my 40th anniversary He-Man set. I have that on pre-order. Hopefully that'll be coming soon, and I will be reviewing that thing, and I will be on fire with excitement for real. All right, but folks, thank you so much for tuning in. I truly appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Definitely let me know in the comments. Are you all in on both figures? Are you on the fence? Are you maybe going to get one and not the other? Definitely looking forward to seeing what you got to say about all this. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, folks. Also, select my notifications to all so that you're able to get all of my content as it drops. And if you did those things, folks, I appreciate it. And until next time, be good to one another. Be safe. Stay tuned. And remember... Until next time, folks. Bye for now.